Hello, welcome to Get Good. This is our newest guest, Lou.
Lou!
Hello.
Hello, Lou.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. First time being on camera, I'm a little bit nervous.
No worries, you got this. So, Lou, how long you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
I've been playing YuGiOh for a long period of time. I don't remember how many years, but,
Too long.
too long to know.
Too long. All right, Lou, got a couple questions for you. What is your favorite deck of all time?
Probably, like, a single ear deck. I will go with either Junk Synchro deck or, like, TJ deck. That's two of my favorite archetypes.
I never played TGs.
Best deck,
Is it?
Tech Genius.
It is.
Is that what it stands for?
It does.
I actually didn't know how to mean.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know how to mean.
Spread some knowledge.
That's what we're here for. Favorite card of all time, Lou? It's a hard one. It's a lot of cards.
Or Junk Synchro. Let's go with Junk Synchro.
Junk Synchro? Really?
Yeah.
I thought
Really?
you were gonna say Stardust Dragon.
Yeah, me too.
Nah,
Junk Synchro?
I'm a Yuzi guy, but I like Junk Synchro.
Junk Synchro?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like Jungle Warrior. He comes out, flexes, and punches them. You know?
Yep. If you remember the final episode of 5DS, the big
5DS,
junk punch
baby.
that, go watch back. If you don't remember that, go back
That's with my
go-
new
That's-
dueling name, Big Junk Punch.
Yeah,
Big
big
junk
junk punch.
Shout out Javen.
I hate it, hero.
Okay.
All right, Lou, welcome to the podcast. I guess first thing we're going to talk about is Sydney. It just happened this weekend. YCS Sydney. Old Jesse getting his 5th ring. 5 of them. What do you think about the event, Logan?
I think there was a ton of great coverage, and I really enjoyed watching the round by round and seeing what everything that topped.
You went on Twitter?
Yes, because there was no coverage for the event, and it was awful. Why is there no coverage for the event?
Like, I understand. Like,
No, I don't.
I don't
That's
understand.
fair. I don't actually. I was going to say I understand no stream, but we need at least some vlog. We talked about this in the last
How
podcast.
hard is it to type, bro?
It's not hard to stream either. You need one camera pointed down.
Yeah, we don't even care about the players, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just let us see the gameplay.
Like,
Put their names, bro. We know who they are.
Konami, I volunteer to just go and hold cameras for you all day long. Just let people watch these games.
I mean, there isn't that, like, it only is like a 760 people events, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And,
still,
like,
though.
it's
I think
not
there was over 1,000 in this one. That's Sydney, I'm pretty sure.
either way, though, I mean, it's a premier event. I feel like they should cover it in some
Yeah.
way.
Every other like Pokemon or like Magic or whatever. Well, Magic's a little different because they're in a different whatever, right? Because they're all online now. But Pokemon, wherever they travel, their commentary team goes. Like wherever they do, it's the same everything. Like
Yeah.
same like level of coverage everywhere. I think that should be a basis that Yu-Gi-Oh should uphold as well.
I agree.
I agree with you.
Especially Yu-Gi-Oh was the most sell card game in the world, right?
Yeah. And, like, I understand that they don't gain anything off of the streams, but, like, they could, like, it's, like, I don't know, remember what game I think it might be Pokemon, where on Twitch you can sub to the channel.
Yeah,
And, like, they get special emotes and stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do that. But they could.
Yeah,
I guarantee you
it wouldn't
people
be
would sub
that
to the Yu-Gi-Oh
hard.
channel.
Then they would have to hire an artist to actually make them, and they don't want to pay somebody. To
Yeah,
do
That's
that.
fair.
It's not like they don't have thousands of pictures to
Don't
choose
ban
from.
me, Konami.
Thousands, tens of thousands actually in their card game that they own the right to the pictures for.
That's fair.
Exactly.
To make them an emote, so you'd still have to pay an artist like
That is
$50, and
That's
it'd be a shame to do that.
they have billions of dollars. They can't afford that.
They cannot. They later cannot afford that.
Sorry, Konami.
It's not the budget. I'm sorry.
Speaking of budget, this has nothing to do with the budget, but the amount of tier and top cut, is it surprising to you?
Speaking of budget, but
It's been like that for the last 5 events. It feels like 10 events.
I bet it's longer than that.
you know what's also been the same? Birds in the finals.
And Birds in the
Birds
finals.
finals.
They never win, though.
Thank God. Don't ban my birds, please.
Isn't it like for the past 4 you went to final with like a tier and
I think
a
it's
bird?
4 or 5 YCSs.
Besides the one with Exo Sister and all other are like
That's the
bird.
same deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's
They both play D-Shifter.
It's a D-shifter deck, right?
Less fun.
But I would
That's fine. You don't get to cluck when you summon the chicken.
There ain't no chicken.
Apex Avion.
Oh, that's right. That's a chicken.
It is a chicken.
You don't cluck, dude. You caw.
That's a topical look.
Caw.
Is it though? But, okay. What about Sword Soul making a top cut? What do you think about that?
I think people are just tired of tier and they're trying to play anything
I think
other than tier.
I think a lot of the anything is Sword Soul though. Like I think that's a good point because we went to a regional last weekend while Sydney was going on, and I played against 2 Sword Soul. Did either of you play against? Well, did you play against Sword Soul? Oh, you did. Okay, so 3 Sword Soul between us is, I mean, it's a significant amount. Like
There was also a Sword Soul at table 2 in round 7, but he lost out 7, 8, and 9.
But I mean, let's be honest. Sword Soul is like the most played deck before when we go into tier format.
Yeah,
right?
but I haven't seen a Sword Soul being played in a long time. And then, like, all of a sudden this weekend, I see a lot.
Pretty much like before Pode, it was like one of the most played decks, right?
Yeah.
And then like after Pode, it just
Died.
gone.
I also get a lot of reprint. You know, people used to count for like Moe and stuff. Now, like they're a lot cheaper.
I mean, yeah, the deck's basically budget now, right?
Yeah.
Did anything not get reprinted?
Besides the Qixing Chengyin guy from the
newer level 10?
Yeah, the newer level 10. Besides that, everything was reprint.
My thing, I saw someone top Sydney with Sword Soul. Me and PJ were talking about this yesterday. I don't know how he did as well as he did because he didn't play any tennies, which I understand the tennies aren't that good. But for him to do his quote full combo, he would have had to open multiple Sword Soul names because he didn't have worms to reveal off Moye or discard off Longyon. So like, I don't know. I don't see how that worked out for me.
Maybe he was just beating up on the non-tier decks.
How many
That's fair,
how
but,
many
like-
how many Bastille he played?
All of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you don't reveal those. I'm saying is like if he opens his hand of he played 3 of each Bestial.
I mean, if he opens Emergence, it's a 1-card combo, right?
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
A
But what is he discarding off of Longyon?
Well, he'd probably just search Blackout.
Yeah.
Just Chi Zhao, Blackout, Bastille's Pass.
Yeah, I understand that. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like that's not a whole lot, you know. Chi-Jiao and a Bestial hand is not a lot. Like you add tennies to your deck and you went on Chi-Jiao, Sovereign, Blackout, Bestials.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, a lot of people cut the Tinnies because you can't really break Tier's board with Tinnies.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about playing tennies for them. I'm just saying like I don't know how that deck is already, in my opinion, not good. Like it's just not enough. So when you take the tennies out and you have, if you open your hand of 4 Bestials and a Moye, you're passing your turn.
No, I think anyway with the Bastille and the normal summon, you still can end on Baron because you just go make Chishao, banish Blackout, token, and the 6 make a 10.
I mean, yeah, that's fair
Yeah.
too. But I don't know. It just feels like if you go second at all, you're not gonna have enough to break a board.
I mean, you just need to draw enough Bastille. That's the ideal deck. I think just
Yeah.
I think
Ecclesia plus a Bastille. Well, you'd have to have something to discard, right?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you have very limited cards to discard or reveal. It's like I don't know.
you just hope you draw your Bastille and some names, I guess.
It's cool. I like Sword Soul. It's one of my favorite decks.
I mean, when OCJ start playing Sword Soul, that's how their deck was built, right?
fair.
Like, a lot of Sword Soul cards just plus a bunch of hand trap.
Yeah.
I guess stacking on top of the Sydney conversation. Do you guys think we'll get a ban list before Vegas?
no.
No, I don't see it's happening.
I think it's going to be interesting because I would like for them to, because the OCG never experienced tier at full power, like the engine at full power with the Kashatira cards, because by the time the Kashatira cards got out, like Havness was already at 2 and stuff, and Planet was at 1. So the fact that our deck's just going to be better than theirs, and we don't have Maxi, like it just seems like it's going to be like a worse format
Yeah.
to me.
I think it's just going to get worse until they hit a lot of cards.
They could, look at, the band, like, look and be afraid that Vegas won't have the attendance that they wish because tier is so dominant and they may end up hitting it before.
I feel like if they hit tier before Vegas, like obviously not like right before, but like a good enough time before, that it could push the attendance even higher.
Well, a good enough amount of time before is within the next
2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3, like 3 weeks is a week before, like basically.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're that
Yeah.
late already.
I think it should have to be like
2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this week or next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I really think that they're not gonna just massacre the tier. I think they're gonna do what OCG did, trying to like put some limits on the tier. Like I can say Planet go to 1, like Halfness might go to 1, and don't touch other stuff.
I feel like if they just ban Murley, it'd change a lot.
I feel like that. I don't know. I could see them pulling one of the treatments they give some decks where they didn't hit hours as soon as they hit Yeah, as soon as they hit OCGs. I feel like they may just go ahead and destroy it.
I mean, the deck's already been out for 6 months almost. So
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's been rampant this long. If they don't hit it before Vegas, I feel like they'll just hit cards. But if they hit it after Vegas, if they wait until before the 250th or something, I feel like they're gonna neuter the deck.
I think it's a massacre.
Yeah,
It will be a massacre.
I think
I
that
think so.
Tier's probably been the best deck. Let's say at least 4 months out of the 6 months it's been out.
Yeah, let's even think about this. Spara isn't that dominating here. OCG.
At the very beginning, it was definitely the best deck. But I think once people started figuring out Tier, people realized that Tier was just better.
Yeah. Spara isn't as dominating TCG because we don't have Maxi or common builds like the you can't bring out Maxi with Gigantic and bounce it back with Swap Frog, which makes the deck a lot weaker.
Yeah.
Ending on double Toad just not enough in TCG.
Especially without the power hand traps like Maxi and stuff.
Especially TCG had way more board broken tools in that OCG, like Super Poly, card like that.
Garura being able to Super Poly Sprite
too. Yeah, I don't see us getting a ban list, but I do think that Tier is a deck that's not going to get power crept out. The cards are just so good, and they can be played in so many different ways. I think it's a deck that's going to have to be banned.
Yeah, they're probably going to end up giving it me and Lou were talking about how they'll probably end up giving it a Dragon Roller treatment, how they literally had to hit or ban every single name for the deck to just stop being
Look at the massacre they did in OCG, and Tier still even was on the top
their
list.
cards are at 1, 1, 1, and 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's 1, 1, 2, and
1,
3.
1, 2, 3, 1 planet with Kalos bad.
Yep.
The deck is still playable.
Yep.
I mean, it's not as consistency or as power as it used to be,
Still,
but it's still a playable.
Well, the
deck.
problem I think in the OCG is I don't know if that would be the case, but they hit every other deck as they were hitting Tier, but it felt like they were hitting the other decks a lot harder than they were hitting Tier.
Yeah,
That's how it felt with the last ban list.
I feel bad about Spry. Spry is getting hit really, really bad. Toad is bad. I mean, Unicarrier, you got one Jet, one starter, but even that Spry is still playable. But Casheteer just almost unplayable.
Yeah,
now.
Casheteer was out. It came out around the same time that Darkwing Blast came out for us, and they've already hit 2 of their cards to 1. The Planet Casheteer card was the fastest hit card ever.
Yeah, it's beside Magical Cylinder because Magic Cylinder was pre-hit before it ever released. And then it's on there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I actually look it up for it.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm ready to see what Casheteer does. I think that might be one of the reasons why they don't touch Tier yet. To wait and see how that plays out.
They'll see at Vegas.
Yeah,
See.
it'll be everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be a really powerful format because, I think Casheteer is really strong, and I think their boards are almost impossible to break without engine for Tier elements. Without non-engine, I mean. So, it's going to be interesting to see how people approach the format, whether, they decide they want to, try to play, Book of Eclipse in the main deck, or if they want to try to hand trap, the Casheteer deck, which that deck's pretty hard to hand trap. It just depends on how people decide they want to try to go towards it.
Yeah, how people try to approach to the format that are they gonna go board breaking or hand trap?
Yeah, because Dark Roller's not even that good against the deck because you could your zones are still locked, even if the monster's negated. As long as it's on the field, your zones are locked. So Dark Roller's not even that good against the deck.
That effect is very close to Proto.
Yeah.
Where the effect is already applied instead of even you negate the effect will still apply.
How many zones do they lock up?
Their full combo is 3 zones on your first turn, and they can lock 2 more zones on your turn.
Yeah, they can literally lock every zone.
I mean, even a smaller combo with Unicorn plus Extender, they can lock out 4 zones.
I saw someone today say that Kaiser Coliseum should come back for this format. That just sounds even worse.
I mean, it's legal in the OCG, right?
It's legal. It's at 3 in OCG. No one plays it.
Yeah.
I missed that card.
I think
I don't.
one thing about Casheteer is that I think people do not understand how good a Rise Heart is. I've probably played more Photon Hypernova format than I have a Shizu Tier format. I definitely have, actually. And I will say a Rise card is like a Rise Heart is like a crazy card. Like the cards, like even like you would think like, oh, it's a macrocosmos, so it's not good against Flunderies, right? Well, actually, the cards just bust against Flunderies because whenever the cards are banished, you can just attach them to him as a material, so they just can't recycle them. Where like you would think macrocosmos isn't good against Flunderies, but it actually is just absurd.
PJ is flipping me off behind the camera. Who was wondering?
I thought he's flipping me off.
No, he's talking about Luke's birds, bro.
Yeah, dude, he's talking about messing with birds.
Like another thing is another reason why Cautious Terror has a really good bird matchup is because Unicorn's a wind.
Yeah.
2,500 attack wind monster.
It just out with statue like nothing.
Koshiro just destroys birds.
They do. It's one of the worst matchup for birds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, speaking of Vegas, the new event season has started. Started good. We started with a regional this past weekend.
We all did terrible.
We all did bad.
Yep.
But first regional of the season, and there was over 300 players. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was playing the Shizu Tier Element deck. First time I have ever played it in a tournament. And I was playing against an individual, I don't remember his name, but he was playing Tier, and we were grinding back and forth. He's like, man, you're playing this really well. I said, really, dude? Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
I mean,
That's
we
tough.
talked about the deck before. Like, I really didn't play for the past full format because of a health problem, and like, I don't really enjoy the format. Mainly, it's a health problem.
I think it's a tip, though, because like even if you don't know what you're doing, just do it with confidence. Whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, act like you know what you're doing.
That's
Intimidation.
I was
Yeah.
cooking with confidence all day.
PJ's cooking with confidence.
PBA is cooking. I'm telling you that if you give me a tier deck, I probably know how to play it, but you tell me master it, yeah, I'm staying
My
away.
2 rounds I played were fun.
You dropped after round 2?
Yes, I did.
I didn't even know that.
I said, Isaiah, don't drop after round 2. You'll regret it. He's like, nah, why would I play? And then like round 6, he's like, man, I'm bored. I wish I had just kept playing.
So, okay, well, I played against Sprite round 1, and he de-shifted me in a handful of tier cards, and then I just couldn't play through his board. And then round 2, game 3, I milled 3 names, activated all 3 effects, and he said, change Soyoneer, Druid Swarm, Magma Hut, banish all 3 names. That was fun.
You
and
just,
then-
you just get OTK next turn by
Yeah,
those.
he normal Moye, activated effect, I negated it, and then he made a Wallow, and then goes Destrudo effect, make a Yazi, pop your thing, summon Taye from the decks. Yeah, bro. Go for
He
it.
lost Sword Soul.
I did lose
I
Sword
would
Soul.
have probably lost to Sword Soul too.
I lost 3 rounds, and those 3 rounds, I didn't see a single monster in my entire deck. I only saw spells. Both games, I got 2-0'd. Every round that I lost, I just did not see any monsters.
Hey, that's how Bert works.
My deck
right?
sucks.
Isn't
Bird
that how
suck.
Bert-
So my 2 losses were I lost a game 1 to Dragon Link because I made a horrible mistake. I was playing the game so well too. Like he went first. I didn't open any hand traps. He started with like Seal, Savage, Borland, Branded Beast, Bestial Beast, whatever the trap card is.
Branded Beast.
Yeah, and 2 Bestials in hand, and I broke his board. I felt insane. Like, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I did this. Because my opening hand was a brick. So my opening hand, I started by normal summon Medora, enter the battle phase. That was my power play, right? And he wasted 2 interruptions on this. I was like, okay, we're getting good. Activate Super Poly. Use those 2. And I was just going off, right? Made a Mud Dragon, cracked something, cleared his board, and I was looking at my hand. And I was like, or no, I made a Garura. That's what I did. I made a Garura, and I looked at my hand. I was like, the only way I can win is if I crash this Garura and draw Sharon or Planet. That was my only 2 outs. Yeah, because I already normal summoned. So I was like, attack. And he was so confused. He's like, activate Beast, pop it. I'm like, sure, draw. I drew Sharon. I was like, oh my god, Sharon just started mill pop. And I went crazy, broke his board. And, but then he went and he had a bunch of cards that he was playing, because he double bestialed me. And he got to a point where he brought back his Borland. I negated it with Solic. And for some reason, I decided it would be a good idea to Kaleido Heart shuffle the Borland. That wasn't a good idea. That was a very, very bad idea. Because my last interruption was Rukolos. So any monster he could summon in his deck, besides specifically Levianeer, which they only play one, if you guys don't know, normally, I could negate because he had already went through the Chaos Emperor guy. So I was like, I'm feeling good. I was like, he can't have quick launch, he can't have boot, he can't have pretty much anything. He goes, banish 3 lots and darks. I was like,
No!
you gotta be shitting me, bro. And then he made the Borland and just
Pop,
Killed
pop,
me
pop,
again.
pop. Nice game.
That's rough.
yeah. But yeah, and then my second loss was game 3 against the Tier Mirror. Open 5 tier names, none of them having us, and he dweller me, and I lost.
I saw someone also mail 6 shuffler against you.
That was him, yeah. His
That was
turn 1,
him.
he had 6 shufflers. That was fun.
That was very fun.
I did enjoy the deck, though. Like, I don't think I would enjoy the format, like playing multiple events, but it was fun to play the deck like at one tournament.
Yeah.
And we're going to be playing again this weekend. And we're going to be playing again the next weekend. And maybe the next weekend. There are tournaments like every single weekend.
We might be just playing this deck of Nats, you know?
Maybe.
Let's
They may not even hit it.
Let's hope not.
Shout out to Through the Decades in Louisville. That's a tournament regional on 21st.
They're not as good as CM Games.
That is
but
facts. But Rain, Kai, Clifton, all of them, they're cool as shit. Austin.
They got a great store too.
Yeah, they're sort
So, like, if you're in Kentucky, go to Lexington. But if you can't get to Lexington,
Like, if you
then
have to
Through the
be
Decades
in
is fine.
Louisville.
If you have to be in Louisville,
Yeah.
Through the Decades is fine. Yeah. I've never been there. but I
Knoxville
hear
Regional's in March, right?
I hear it's
I hear
Is
it's fine.
Knoxville Regional in March or April?
It's
April
April.
15th.
April
Yeah.
15th? Yeah, I thought it was
I
March
think-
15th.
I think
April
it's
15th.
April 15th.
You know, those events are cool. Those stores are cool. But they're not the coolest event coming up. You would think it would be the 3v3 YCS in Vegas.
But
and
it's
you
not.
would be
I spit on that.
you'd be close. But you're off by one weekend.
The weekend before Vegas.
Good Gaming 3v3, baby.
Another-
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Cedar Bluff.
Cedar Bluff.
We not only gave out 1 cases, not only
two
2 cases, we gave out 3 cases of Hypernova.
Three cases, everybody.
That's 2 more than 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's one less than 4.
We first place gets a whole case of Photon Hypernova. So if you all and top 8 get prizing, all the way down till like 8th place
It's
gets
a 3v3
gets
event,
2.5 box.
Yeah.
2.5 boxes. Yeah, it's a 3v3. You can get a lot of product in preparation for Vegas if you're going to Vegas.
It's also the
And a lot of testing.
it's
Yeah.
also the release week.
It is
of
release week.
The Hypernova.
Yep.
If you try to hunt for those cards for Vegas, you should really come to this 3v3. I don't see a reason that you don't came. Like,
Couldn't have said it
Sneak
better
peeks the
myself.
week before, and it's the release week, so you can
I mean,
play
we're
with the cards
dropping
too.
we're dropping
Yeah.
3 cases on the release week though. Like that is rare for like.
Yeah, so if you're
Other events.
anywhere near here, or if you're not, you just want to fly to Knoxville and have a good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
3v3 on February 11th. You can comment below if you need details to it. It's also in the Facebook group. It's on Twitter.
And even if you can't make it out to the event, we'll
We're
be
gonna be
streaming
streaming
it
We will be streaming
live
it here.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Down below. Subscribe now.
So, if you want some great commentation from some Guud gamers over how the format's going to probably look going into Vegas, this guy and multiple other Guud members will be streaming it.
Mainly me.
Mainly this guy.
He never leaves the
guy.
And
couch.
trust me, you want his opinion going into Vegas on what's going to be good. But yeah, everybody come down to that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be our biggest event yet. We've had, like, the last 2 have been awesome, but this one is going to be the biggest.
Most exciting too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Damn,
the
no.
weekend prior to, like, this is only the second 3v3 YCS, right?
Technically, it's a third.
Well, there's been South American ones, but in America,
In America,
it's
like in the
third.
U.S.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's the third?
Yeah.
Second in the U.S.
Second in the U.S.
No,
Okay.
third. Because there's Atlanta, Vegas right before.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I
Okay,
forgot about
yeah,
the
third.
Vegas one, yeah.
There's another week as well.
Well,
Yeah.
the third ever 3v3 YCS, like, this will be the weekend to prepare for it. There's going to be
Yeah.
some really good duelists. Like, we've had some really good duelists already sign up. There's going to be good gamers there. There's going to be a lot of good people there to test against, test with your teams against. So I think it's going to be a really good preparation for the event.
And to be fair, if you get first at the Guud event, you get more prizing than if you top cut the YCS.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, if you lose out on top cut.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Top 32.
If you win,
I'm saying if you get top 32 and you get first place at our event, you get more support.
pretty close.
Our event's going to be sick. So come on by. If you're, like, I think our rule is, like, within 5 hours or something. If you're within 5 hours, I expect you to be there. But,
Yeah, for sure. Like, people drive further a lot of the time for regionals, and
Yeah.
you literally get not even $100 mat, you know, sometimes. So
Yeah. My rule for driving places is within 5 hours. So
But
yeah,
don't
and
forget.
regional mats are like $100.
I already know a lot of people that are coming. Sean Pittman, Larry Musgrove, Clifton.
Yeah, Clifton's definitely
big
welcome.
names.
Yeah.
Get some autographs from me. I will sign foreheads. But you have to
Only
have a Sharpie.
foreheads. Only
I'm
foreheads.
not carrying a Sharpie. I refuse. Better bring a
All right,
Sharpie,
Noah
Luke.
Green.
You better bring a Sharpie.
Fine.
If you need a Sharpie, Luke has one.
Luke 1 verse 3 Sharpie.
So does Hunter.
What card will you sign?
Any of them. That's not domain.
I know Logan's favorite card is Liebermaster Greek Boy.
That is the best card in the game.
What is it?
Liebermancer Geek Boy.
That's your favorite card?
Yeah.
I thought Parrot Dragon was your favorite card.
Favorite normal monster. It's not my favorite card. But Lou's making a joke about how I scrubbed out at Nats with Liebermancer.
Yeah, your deck was cool though.
Hey, I got a giant card because of him.
That's true.
We should put the giant card right here.
We should.
Staple it.
I'll glue it.
Stable it. No, we're not stable that. I just realized he said stable.
Well, yeah, don't forget our event. I'm excited for this year. I think it's going to be a fun season for Guud, for YuGiOh in general. You guys got anything else you want to say?
What are you
No.
guys excited for out of Photon Hypernova?
Hopefully Tier gets banned afterwards.
If I have,
In the set.
Oh, okay. Triple Tactics Tasking.
if I can pick it up, the Kashitira cards. If not, triple tactics tasking, and for Kashitira to get banned.
Kit riding a damn mechanical robot dragon looking thing. I don't know what I was going to say.
Kit is my favorite card, but although Hypernova, my favorite card had to be the level 2 Gishki monster.
The tour guide.
The tour guy.
That's kind of fire too, though, because you can play.
He's not
I
as
don't
cool
know.
as the big fish.
I'm more on Big Fish.
No, I'm on
big
tour
fish.
guy. Look at all of them are on Big Fish. I'm the only on tour guy, so they try to make me mad.
He said he doesn't like big fish because it's got.
A woman on there.
You heard it here.
Well, if that card comes in Starline, I probably will get one regardless. But
I didn't say he couldn't say any sexist things.
I mean, he didn't
Next
say anything
episode.
sexist. He just said he didn't like women.
Well, does that about wrap it up? Anything else you guys want to do? Talk
We're
about?
we're good.
All right, so I hope to see all of you all at our 3v3. We'll probably have a podcast episode before then, and we'll harass you some more about it. But just in case not, come. I will give anybody that comes a hug, but don't ask me for one.
And a sticker. If
Yeah.
you shout out the podcast.
Definitely a sticker, homie. Definitely a sticker. And we'll probably have a giveaway. The last two we've given away like one of one unique item, and this time will probably be the same. We'll see how that goes. Cap the event. We'll give it away. We'll give something away.
I'll give some sleeve away.
Lou's
If
giving
you
away
guys want some
OCG sleeves.
OCG sleeve away, I'm gonna surprise you all. I'm not gonna tell you what am I gonna give
First
away.
person that comes to this game tournament and says he wants some OCG sleeves and shouts at the podcast to Lou will get some sleeves.
Yep. At least one
100%.
pack. You might can get 2-pack if I'm happy that day.
All right, guys. Peace.
This has been Get Good. See you later.
Stay healthy. Don't be like me.